Hey everybody, and welcome to my review for Bandai's high-grade Universal Century Jesta Cannon, taken from the Gundam Unicorn series. And this is a pretty fun kit. I'm really glad that we got this kit because I believe about a month and a day, I think, from today, the new episode of Gundam Unicorn is going to come out, and I think we're going to see the Jesta Cannon in it. So I thought I'd pick one up before the episode came out, just to get an idea of what I'd think about it in the anime. And I'm a huge fan of this kit. I am not the biggest fan, I think, overall of the Jesta's design, but the Jesta Cannon, I think, brings enough appeal to me that I like this guy and I wanted to buy this version, or variant of it. So, it's a pretty fun kit. It's a high grade, so it's a little bit simpler to build. Not a whole lot of articulation, but that's okay. For colors, you get essentially the same colors that the original Jesta came with, but in addition, you've got more gray, like additional armor pieces. You've got a bunch of extra weapons. You've got these guys here, which you can take out if you want. There's not a, I wish this was like a hinge, but it's just the plastic holding it. And if you want to, that's something that you could cut up, and each one of these has its own individual clip into this piece. So you could hold it like that if you wanted to. I don't, so I'm not, but you get 2 sets on the legs. You get 1 set there on each side for the skirt armor. You obviously get the 2 cannons in the back, which is pretty cool that they're not symmetrical, I think. I read a little bit about it. This one I thought was just a kind of like a minigun or chain gun or something like that, but they called it a multi-launcher, so I think that it could probably shoot out more stuff than just, bullets. And then this one is going to be the beam cannon, which it said would have been its, strongest weapon, I guess. Also on the kit, we've got this, and I have tried to find information on what this is, or what it's supposed to be, and I'm getting nothing. So as far as I can tell, it's maybe it's just supposed to act like a shield or something, which is kind of a cool, if that is what it is. It's, just kind of a little hunky shield. Something different. Other weapons that you get with this kit. You get 2 guns. The first one is the newer designed one, which looks like it has kind of a barrel, under barrel grenade launcher kind of thing down there. I read this is supposed to be a improved version of the Jesta's original gun. It just kind of looks like a more menacing version of it. It does have 1 moving piece, and it's this piece back here. And you actually can take it off, and then you reattach it like that. Now, for the life of me, I don't know what the purpose of this is. What I gather just from looking at pictures is whenever they show this part popped out, it's usually tucked up against his shoulder. So maybe it's just like a movable stock for, I don't know, more control. I don't really see what the point is, other than maybe just popping it off to showing some detail in there. But I think I'll just keep mine closed. Anyway, so you get that. You get the Jesta's original beam carbine, I think it's called, which is a pretty unique looking gun, I'll give it that. Nothing special about it, no moving pieces or anything, but I mean, you can see quite a bit of detail on there, so if you wanted to go to work on that, you could make that pop out if you wanted to. You also get the original Jesta's shield, with its 2 little awkwardly placed missiles in the shield, with just a little bit of internal detail on the side. And you can't actually use the shield while the cannons are attached. So we'll get to that in a second. You also get, I showed this piece on here, you get the other piece that you can have it, replaced and further extended out. I will bet every last dime of my paycheck on the Master Grade, this will actually be movable and not two separate pieces of plastic. You also get a optional piece if you want to have a beam saber on your Jesta. You can swap out one of the skirt armor pieces, which hold, I think these are grenades, what Wikia said, and swap it out with this guy. There we go. So, kind of going along with the non-symmetrical theme, he could have grenades over there and a beam saber on that side, should he choose the option. And lastly, we get the two pink beams for it, which I don't know, they look kind of tiny to me. These kind of look like, if they were just a little bit shorter, they would be Master Grade Exia's daggers. But anyways, finally, we get the sheet of foil stickers, which these guys obviously you could use for the guns and cannons and scopes and stuff like that. And then we get our regular stickers. And this actually, I believe, is the exact same or fairly close to it for what we got on like high grade Stark Jagan. So, that is what you get. Now, let's say you got this and you decide you don't really like the cannons and you want to put the shield on it instead. Well, all you do, the easiest way I found it anyways, is to take the backpack off, and this kind of goes to show how simple this kit really is, and then work the cannons off. And then you can just clip his shield if you want, right in place, and then reattach this back here. Now, I obviously, I mean, it's a high grade kit, so you can't complain too much, you know, about any little thing. One thing though that I feel certainly could have done a lot better is the way this connects to the back. And the only reason I have a complaint is because you can get it on there, but as soon as you start, you know, maybe fiddling or something, it just kind of rocks around like it's loose. And I'm not going to say that, oh, you know, maybe it's just mine, because that's how it was molded, and there was no trimming of any pieces of any kind. So, pretty sure that most of them are going to be like that. So if you wanted to, you can have him displayed with his shield. I didn't buy the Jesta Cannon to be displayed with the shield, though I bought it to be displayed with the cannons. Now, the cannons themselves, very simple construction. There's only really one way they can move, and it's just up and down. Now, depending on how you have the shoulders, which you don't want them like up here, obviously, but keep them down a little bit, and he can drop them down just about like that. Now again, here comes in the complaint with the backpack, because see, like as I'm doing that, it'll kind of move around. Now that actually came out because I didn't have it secured as best as I could. But after doing that enough times, you start to feel the backpack wiggle. So one stupid complaint that can be easily fixed and forgotten of with super glue. So, it's a fun kit. I mean, it's a cool little quick build if you guys are kind of sick and tired of, you know, spending hours and hours on something. You can knock this out in one evening if you want to. It took me two just because of the amount of time that I had available. But we can swap it out with that, and now we can have him holding his gun, and he is even more menacing now. So, overall, extremely pleased with this purchase. I will not be purchasing the Master Grade version of the Jesta, but if they did make a Master Grade Jesta Cannon, I would buy it. Doing a size comparison, which I never do, I have my built, painted, completed high grade Stark Jagan, and as you can see, they're about the same height. and I'm glad to see them looking together. It's kind of cool. If this will kind of give you an idea of the kind of kits that I like, the Jagan and the Jesta are both just regular suits, but what they did in this case, at least in the anime, is they added like additional, you know, pieces of armor, additional weapons, just tried to take something, you know, that they already had and just kind of add on to it. And that's what they did with this guy, and I love this guy for it. I don't think there's a huge list of people out there waiting for a master grade Stark Jagan, but I will be on the pre-order list when it comes. I love this kit. I think some people don't like it. I read a lot how people don't like the waist, like, oh, the waist is skinny, but you know, to each their own. I wish I had a skinny waist. Anyways, this guy is cool. I definitely recommend it. Pick him up. If you don't have a Stark Jagan, pick him up too. I have a review of this guy done earlier in the year, and actually a fun thing about this kit. If you can see, he has an additional piece of metal right there for his faceplate. And in the original review I did of this guy, you see that that is missing. And it's because I lost it. It fell in my carpet and was gone. And when we were putting in hardwood, it just so happened that I rolled up a piece of carpet and heard something hit the ground, and it was that painted faceplate. So, totally pleased with that. Anyways, we're sidetracking. Jesta Cannon, awesome kit. I recommend you guys buy it if you were thinking about it, if you're on the fence. It's a fun kit. If they ever do a master grade, it's going to be 10 times more fun to build. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time.